recycling bill. And basically what this bill does is it just defines what advanced recycling is. Traditional recycling was mechanical. And so when you start dealing with smaller plastics, you can't sort them as well. So with the advanced recycling, they have a process where they use thermal energy and they use chemicals to break down the plastics so we can further keep on recycling plastics. And it's very environmental friendly. So if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Motion is title sufficient to do fast. All those in favor? All those opposed? That bill will be reported. All right, the next one is Senate Bill 2282. Is the carbon dioxide sequestration bill. I can never pronounce that word, but it deals with the storage of carbon dioxide. And Patrick Sullivan's here with the Oil and Gas Board. I'll let him just kind of give you a couple quick pointers. We passed this bill last year. What we're continuing to do is set rules for the program. This will not happen for a couple of years, but as guidelines change and as we see different opportunities with the program, there is going to be more required legislation. So
this program started really back in the 80s. Create a storage program last year. The benefit that transfer that regulatory authority to the Oil and Gas Board. Just need his staff is here, the Oil and Gas Board regulator for that. And then this year the bill is mostly about clarifying some areas in there that the Oil and Gas Board regulates that may not expressly clarify that the transportation and use of CO2 specifically for sequestration, just for storage and not for oil production. So this clarifies language in the case of constructing and operating pipelines, but also in the injection of carbon dioxide, geological formation, for sure. As the chairman said, these are things out here, activities that are out there on the horizon that seem to be emerging. Very unique opportunity for Mississippi, pipeline infrastructure we have. And so starting with what you did last year, starting to put the pieces in place, the public law, public policy pieces in place to prepare for this, not knowing exactly how it's going to look some years down the road.
are there any questions from the committee? Senator Hill? Can you clarify that? I know that we had some discussion. This is why this is a committee sub, and this was the discussion that we had.
Yeah, for gas storage, it's already established other statutes that the majority consent require. This may be what this is clarifying is that there will be a good faith effort on the part of the operators to then find those landowners. Can't find subsurface owners, so it does extend the amount of time. Still extends the amount of time allowed to go allow for good faith effort to go find the subsurface owners. Just may have more comment on about what the process looks like in the regulatory.
Review or any type of judicial action that they may take to take that off the table. That would be my concern. They could have them for guardian landlord, you know,
All right.
correct, and that's-
So what we did was, whenever we had this discussion, we amended this on lines 227 through 231 to add this language for good faith. This is the agreement that we came up with. Thank you. Any other questions?
So sufficient to pass committee sub.
The motion is title sufficient, pass committee sub. All those in favor? Opposed? That bill will be reported. All right, the last one for today is Senate Bill 2604. It's the Mississippi Broadband Expansion Act. And what this bill is, this is establishing a grant program. As you all know, we have all this federal money coming down, and it's going to various areas. It's going to municipalities, counties, it's going, some go to the governor, some to go to us. So what we're establishing is a grant program that will be overseen by a commission that is appointed by, 3 appointments come from the governor, 2 appointments come from the lieutenant governor. The public utility staff will handle the grant application process, very similar as they handle the CARES Act grant process. They will submit the information to the committee, and the committee will make a recommendation. And at that point, the legislature will appropriate the funds. That's essentially what the bill does. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Senator Hill. So what we're trying to do is have a non-political opinion on what unserved, what underserved. Basically, we're wanting this money to be spent where there is no internet access. And so there was a request there be an office under the governor. I felt like we were kind of behind the 8 ball on that because other offices have been established in other states. And it's just going to extend the timeline. We need something that we can act on now because we actually have money right now we can spend. I just felt like we needed somebody that was unbiased and could make the right decision when it comes to these areas that truly do not have internet access. That's my intent.
Are we gonna have some kind of clause in here where it says that if you already have internet service, the money's not gonna be spent?
So in here, it gives the commission the authority to determine what unserved and what served truly is. I mean, and then in here, there's also, it references technology. There's a bunch of different technology out there as far as like fiber to the node and from the node cable to the house. We're trying to use every opportunity we can to provide internet. And I understand your concern with the overbuild. That's why we established a commission. And there's a report to the governor, lieutenant governor. We put it in. And no, I mean, and you have very rural parts of your district, so I understand your concerns. I'm very fortunate to come from a district that's pretty well served. But in here, we put, and I can't find the line. But we put in here that it's subject to federal guidelines. So, and like I said, all the different buckets of money, I mean, there's different speeds, there's lots of different things. So that's why a commission is needed. We don't need to be coming in every year, picking winners and losers and having to dive in through what all these different, because there's more money going to be coming down.
Application process that goes through.
It'll be going to the public utility staff.
Okay, to the commission, it's basically bypass the public utility tax. They're gonna-
No, so what the commission is going to do is they're going to take the grant from the public utility staff. They're going to rate it based off of what's unserved, what's served, where the service, where there's not, what type of services is that this particular entity is going to provide, and then recommend the best projects.
But you just consolidate this with the water commission that was made yesterday. I do believe make the commission to downsize my government. I mean, this, I just want to make the point that we've already got people in place. Public service commission is supposed to have to regulate or and regulate this broadband. And we've created this commission, this public commission, with all these services. It's concerning, and I want to make that point.
Well, this comes also at the direction of Senator Wicker. Senator Wicker wanted an office on broadband. And that if we do create an office of broadband, that's just expanding government. So this was the alternative to doing that.
But it looks to me like the same thing as the big thing. I appreciate your efforts on this, and I know it's not in the process, like,
Thank you, Senator Hill. Any other questions? Senator Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Trying to understand, catch up quick here. We are creating an office of broadband.
No, it's just a commission.
Commission, and their only job will be to hand out the federal funds that are coming down for broadband service.
Based off the information they receive from the public utility staff.
So if we ever regulate broadband and decide to put someone in charge, this is not the commission that will do it.
No, because we're still going to appropriate the money.
Thank
Any other questions?
All sufficient due pass committee sub.
Motion is title sufficient to pass committee sub. All those in favor? All opposed? All right.